What is going on, everybody? It's Jeff Lightsey Jr. here with the Black Boss channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. Woo! We have one heck of a show on our hands today. Let me make sure all my systems are go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, all my systems are go. We have one heck of a show on our hands today. I'm waiting for everybody to get into the room, and as you enter the room, please put your hashtag B1s in the chat, hashtag B1s in the chat to let me know that you are here. And we will get started because today we are talking about Moderna. Moderna, the jab provider, one of the many providers, it seems like, of the jab, but one of the top dogs in the industry of making the jab. And so I was scrolling through social media, checking news feeds, checking all kinds of stuff today. And one of my buddies, shout out to Jalen Kemp, I grew up with Jalen Kemp, he pointed out to me that the Moderna stock has shot up from January of 2020, so pre-pandemic, the Moderna stock, you guess how much? Somebody please tell me. Guess how much you think you could get a Moderna, one share of Moderna stock pre-pandemic in January of 2020. You could get one Moderna stock pre-pandemic in 2020 for 20 bucks. For $20, you could get one share of Moderna stock. Yeah, that ain't the case anymore. Right now, the Moderna stock, as we currently speak, is currently trading, and it's actually dipped a little bit in the last couple of days, is currently trading at $340 a share. $340 a share. Now, there are several factors that go into why the Moderna stock is trading at $340 a share. Several factors. But one of them is because of, you guessed it, the pandemic. Now, and if you don't believe me, that's why I love bringing facts to the table. Let's show you the Moderna timeline. So this right here is a Google. You just do a simple Google search of Moderna stock. You see, that's what I typed in, Moderna stock. And right here, the ticker labels 2020. So if I go to, let's go January, let's go late January, early January, you could get it under $20. We're looking at $18.89, 3 days after the new year, or 2 days after the new year, the beginning of the year, the third day of the year in 2020, you could get the Moderna stock for under $20. Under $20. That is under $20. Now, currently, the Moderna stock, hold on, I lost my page for a second, it got as high as $449 last month. And that is a $1,700, not $17, not 1,700% increase. That is increased by $322. That is no, it's way more than three. I tripped. That's over $400. It was a that is more than 1,700. The 1,700 is where it's currently at. Moderna stock is up 1,700% as of right now at plus 322. It's up 1,700%. It got up as much as $400. So we're looking at over, 2,000%, but it's over 1,700% currently right now. Now, why is this relevant? See, this is not me disencouraging from getting the jab. By all means, do what you feel is best for your family. I just want to point some things out to you. Do, like I said, what is best for your family. There is no coincidence, though. The Moderna stock is up 1,700% since January of 2022 because you see, I did a 5-year chart, but from the very beginning, the Moderna stock was only available in 2019 and it traded, it's essentially the same price, right? The Moderna stock went public in December of 18 and it from $18, it never got higher than pretty much $25. Never really got much higher than $25 and then boom, a big pandemic happens and it got as high as $450 and now it's currently at $340, which is a 1,700%. That's 1,732% increase. Now, Why is this even matter? Why does any of this matter? Once again, I'm not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't do when it comes to getting the jab. I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't do in your beliefs. I'm just pointing some things out. Now, why does this matter? Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, by the way. Thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Because remember, before the pandemic, they told us if you get the jab, you can't catch COVID. Well, that wasn't true. And then they told us if you get the jab, you can't spread COVID. Well, that came out to not be true either. And then they told us if you get the jab, you can't, you're less likely to be hospitalized with the virus. And, there's conflicting reports on that. And so then, you got your 2 jabs, right? Boom, boom. You should be good to go. Then they came out with what's called a booster. And it was like, I really can't. They originally said, they being the press, they being the media, they being the healthcare providers, originally told us that the booster shot was for those who are immunocompromised, and that the booster will protect those elder, and that's why certain people don't qualify for the booster. And it was like, okay, person like me, hey, it is what it is. But hey, if that's what my grandmother or my grandparents or, family, friends or whoever that are older, if they feel comfortable getting that booster, the additional 3rd shot, okay, go for it. It is what it is. Now I'm going to show you a headline from a news article put out by CBS in the last 24 hours. Follow along with me. This was put out by CBS News in the last 24 hours. Some immunocompromised Americans can get 4 doses of the jab. Let me know in the chat. Is that not interesting? Please let me know in the chat. Some immunocompromised Americans can now get a 4th dose of the jab. So Moderna's up 1,500%. But that doesn't seem to be up high enough for those who are invested in Moderna. So why not make a 4th dose of the jab? Let's read some of this article and see if they can give us any context, bring some of this to life. It says, while most Americans who initially received 2 doses of the jab from Pfizer or Moderna, and then they were giving the single booster when they were eligible, federal health guidelines will also provide a few million Americans with compromised immune systems to eventually get a 4th dose of the jab as early as next year. Are we following along, people? Are we following along? Let's continue reading first, and then I'll get to where I'm getting to. Back in August, the FDA and the CDC and prevention authorized and recommended an additional. They recommended, don't forget, they authorized, so they approved it, and then they recommended. That's key. Remember, we got to read and take words into context. Recommended an additional 3rd jab for some moderately and severe immunocompromised. So remember, they recommended this, the 3rd jab, back in August for the immunocompromised. Now they're recommending a 4th one. Okay, let's keep going. Patients who were vaccinated with 2 doses of Moderna and Pfizer. Now, some of those people will be eligible for a 4th, a booster 6 months after they received their 3rd additional dose. That group includes people who are taking medications that can suppress their immune systems for organs, transplants, or cancer, the CDC says, as well as people facing significant immunodeficiencies from disease like advanced or untreated HIV. Around 3 million additional doses were administered under the guidance before Pfizer's booster shots and yada, yada, yada. So please tell me you're following along, guys. Please tell me you're following along. And I promise you all of this is going to make sense, at least coming from me. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe. So remember the timeline, right? the virus comes out in March of 2020. When I always reference it as when the NBA shut down, because when the NBA shut down, I think that's when I took it serious. When the NBA shut down, I was like, whoa, okay, the NBA has literally shut down. So then that means like this is a big deal because there's millions and millions of dollars within the NBA. And so if they're willing to shut down, then that means this is pretty serious. There was a guy when I was, or the place that I was working at, he was on top of it from like the beginning, back when it was in China. And then it came over here, and that's when I kind of took it serious. So when that happened, they told us, they were going to get a vaccine, and the Trump administration was working on the vaccine, but the government shut down. So everybody shut down, and I think that was to expedite Trump getting out of office, but that was just me. And so then the Biden administration administered the vaccine. And remember, they told us what the jab was supposed to do. You wasn't supposed to get the virus at first, and then that wasn't true, and then you weren't supposed to be able to spread the virus at first next, and then that wasn't true, and then you weren't supposed to be hospitalized if you get it, or prevents hospitalizations or severe hospitalizations, and then that came to be kind of true, but it still has some conflicting reports. And then they came out with a booster for immunocompromised people, these same people that they're now making a fourth booster, a second booster, a fourth jab for. All the while, the Moderna stock has skyrocketed 1,700%, over $300, from $20 to $340, and it went as high as $440. Are we following what's going on? Please tell me you are following what's going on. Since when did the U.S. government care so much about the public's health? Now, once again, I am not judging anyone who decides to get the jab. I have family members that got the jab. You know what I'm saying? All of that. I understand some cities have mandates to get the jab. I understand all of that. Like, I'm not here to judge you. I just want to present to you the facts and for you to make your own decision. This is not skewed media. This is not skewed one way or the other. These are just the facts. Since when has the U.S. government specifically cared about black people's health and health and environment, their health and what they ingest and what they care about them? Since when? Like, please explain that to me. And explain to me also, let's think about this. Explain to me also, how is it that these jabs are free? So you mean to tell me they're giving them away for free because it's for the benefit of the United States, of the Americans, of the people that live in this country? But there's a ton of medicines that benefit the people of this country that aren't given away for free. Insulin isn't given away for free. Hell, a damn aspirin isn't given away for free. No doctor's visits aren't free. No checkups, they aren't free. Insurance pays for them and you pay your insurance. So none of this for the well-being. Organic food isn't free. Hell, food itself isn't free. Now, the bad stuff is cheaper than the good stuff. How does that work out? But that's the way it works. But you mean to tell me this jab that's supposed to save my life, because remember, during 2020, let's think back, guys. During 2020, they told us basically if you walked outside to get a cheeseburger, you was going to die. They shut down the hospitals. I mean, not the hospitals. Take it back. They shut down the barbershops. They shut down your favorite movie theaters. They shut everything down because they told you if you went outside, you were going to pass away. That's what I was told. And then they kept showing numbers every day of those infected. Every day, those who did this, those who did that. They never show who recovered, but they let you know who was infected. And so now you're telling me that this jab that's supposed to save my life, that's supposed to be the holy grail of all medicines, the breakthrough of modern medicine, is free? Both of them are free. And then the booster is free. And now 6 months after the booster, we're getting a second booster to do what the first booster was supposed to do. Please tell me you're following along. This is what is being presented to you. Remember, the things that save your life, all the other medicines cost money, like a ton of money. Any kind of surgery that you get costs a lot of money. Chemo, if you have cancer, costs a lot of money. Insulin, there's a whole bunch of diabetics. Not just within the black community, but within America. That costs money. But this is free. I mean, please, if someone can explain it to me, I am all ears. If someone can make this make sense, I am all ears. I swear on everything I am. But I just want to present the facts. I just want to present the facts. You're telling me the Moderna was trading at $20 a share in January 2020. In this year, today, right now, it's trading at $340 a share. It got as high as $450 a share. And now you're telling me, well, first you came out with a booster in August for those who are immunocompromised. And now we have to take a second booster to replace the first booster because I guess the first booster didn't do his job. So the 2 jabs and a booster couldn't do enough. So now we got to have a 4th jab. Oh, and by the way, because kids 6 to 11 or kids up to age 12 or whatever, they don't really get, they don't get affected as much by the virus, but we got to make sure they take it too. Or they can't go to school. Some people are putting those mandates out. If you don't get the jab, if you're up to age 12 or, below age, you can't go to school. Like you actually can't get an education. I'm just asking questions, guys. I'm just asking questions because some of it isn't making sense. I mean, last I checked, diabetes and, cancer and, all those kind of things, rest in power, kill a lot more people than this virus, and they still don't make those treatments or those procedures or that medicine free. They killed a lot more people than the virus. A lot more people than the virus. And still, chemo isn't free. Insulin is, not only is insulin not free, it's like extremely expensive. Not only is insulin not free, it's extremely expensive. Not only is insulin not free, it's extremely expensive. And they're supposed to, take care of us. They care so much about our health. Oh, but the organic food costs a lot more than a cheeseburger at McDonald's. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, guys. I don't know. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm just presenting the facts. Once again, the facts are, this is what the course of this video was about, the Moderna stock. Let's check it out one more time. In January 2020, you could have got 1 share of Moderna, the 3rd day of the year, for $18.89. Today, that same stock is worth $388. That is a 1,700% increase. For 2 years, Moderna was an IPO, and you could buy shares of Moderna for 2 years, and it traded roughly at the same price. It was listed December 7th, 2018 at $18.60. In January 2020, it was $18.89. So from December of 18 to January of 2020, it was essentially the same price. And then in March of 2020, we got this thing called COVID-19. And on March 13th, you could still get Moderna stock for $21.30. And all it's done since then is what us in the stock market call is run and run some more and run some more and run all the way up to $449.38 while it currently sits at $340.88. I mean, I'm just presenting the facts, guys. This is not me. This is not what they call fake news. These are the facts. These are the facts. And all at the same time, now there is what we call a second booster shot. Not a second jab, a second booster shot. This has come out in the last 24 to 48 hours. Some immunocompromised Americans can get 4 doses of the jab. 4 doses of the jab. 4 doses of the jab. Well, and we read it earlier. The third jab was supposed to be for those who are immunocompromised. That's what the third one was supposed to do. And now they're saying, that didn't quite do the job. So now here's a 4th jab. We just got to ask questions, guys. That's all I'm doing is asking questions. Like what is going on here? What is taking place? You think I'm just gonna like watch this happen and not have questions? And why can't anybody answer the questions? I don't know, man. I do not know. Leave your thoughts in the chat. Leave your thoughts in the chat. And please let me know what you think about everything. Once again, I'm Jeff Lightsey Jr. with the Black Boss Channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. You can follow me on Instagram at JLightsey7. That is Instagram at JLightsey7. And on Facebook, Jeff Lightsey Sports. That is Jeff Lightsey Sports on Facebook. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit the thumbs up button on your way out. And I'll see you next time. Peace.